Mahindra's ownership of SsangYong gave us the Rexton turned Alturas a few weeks ago. And now, we are all set for its younger brother. The new XUV300 could prove to be the next big thing in the subcompact SUV segment in India. It is derived from the SsangYong Tivoli and is essentially a shortened version of it. But it packs in a bit more style and many more features.
The subcompact SUV space in India grew by a solid 23% last year. With over 4 lakh units sold, it is without a doubt the fastest growing car segment in India today. And now, Mahindra has a brand new model to take on the likes of the Maruti Suzuki Vitara Brezza, the Ford EcoSport and the Tata Nexon. We are in Goa to test drive the all-new Mahindra XUV300. It does seem like an exciting prospect and we can't wait to start driving it and tell you how it is.
The design of the new XUV300 is edgy and stylish. We like the way the front end looks. The slim grille is accentuated by the LED projector headlamps and daytime running lamps to give it a sophisticated look. The fog lamps get black housing and are sort of connected to the headlamp by a thin DRL strip. View it in profile and you see the typical crossover stance. The character lines above the wheel arches add muscle to the XUV300 along with the plastic cladding on the lower edges of the car. We would have loved to see 18-inch tires even as an option, but we'll have to make do with the 17 inches. The rear is characterized by smart-looking tail lamps and an integrated spoiler on the white contrast roof, which looks good. The chunky, thick C-pillar adds to the solidity of the XUV300. The cabin of the Mahindra XUV300 is a nice place to be in. The upholstery is done in white leatherette material and the dashboard gets black treatment. The fit and finish inside is good with minimum buttons and a clean, uncluttered look.
Mahindra has done well to give a long list of features inside the XUV300. Starting off with this dual tone treatment inside the cabin, you have the new 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system which offers you loads of information. You have inbuilt navigation, you go to the home button, you have the EcoSense score. So right now my score is 64 and I think you can go till 100, so I have a lot of work to do on my driving. Right, so you go to the program button, you go to the settings and you go to the car info. So you have display for tire pressure, you have the fuel information, you have a reverse camera settings as well, and of course you have service information about service intervals and so on and so forth. Now the really interesting thing here is this button. So what it does, it offers 3 driving modes only for the steering. So the engine performance doesn't get altered. The 3 driving modes for the steering are Eco, Comfort and Sport. So when you're driving normally in city, you can choose the Comfort option which lightens up the steering. It's easier when you're parking and it lightens up the steering. When you go inside the Sport mode, it firms up the steering, adds more weight and offers you a sportier, a sexier driving experience. Also, this is the first in segment feature, which is the dual zone climate control, and it comes with memory function. So you have 3 settings that the dual zone AC can memorize, and you just have to press this button and select whatever setting you are comfortable with. Apart from that, you have 2 USB ports, 1 aux port, a 12-volt socket, and there are multiple cubby holes, storage system, which makes your life a lot easier. So overall, as far as features are concerned, I think Mahindra has nailed it.
The touchscreen infotainment system offers smartphone connectivity in form of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The other interesting feature is the multicolor instrument cluster, which can be programmed to have different colors for night and day. And of course, in case you want to feel the sky and the sun on your face, Mahindra is offering a sunroof as well. Do keep in mind that most of these features will be offered on the top spec W8 variant, which is the one we drove. Mahindra will also offer 7 airbags on the top spec variant of the XUV. Apart from that, dual airbags along with anti-lock brakes are standard on all variants, along with ISOFIX, that's the child seat anchorage. You also get parking sensors up front and at the rear, along with the parking camera. The car has hill start as well.
So Mahindra will be offering a 1.2 litre petrol and a 1.5 litre diesel engine for the XUV300. We are driving the diesel variant today, and we are really impressed with how smooth the engine is, and also the NVH levels are quite sorted. The cabin insulation is really nice. Coming to the performance, the 1.5 litre diesel engine makes about 300 Newton meters of peak torque between 1500 to 2500 RPM. And Mahindra says that this is best in class. So right from the word go, there's this nice lovely swell of torque which comes in really handy when you're pottering about town, and also it makes for quick overtakes when you're driving on the highway. And as far as ride quality is concerned, it's quite supple. The suspension soaks up all the undulations on the road quite nicely.
The 6-speed gearbox too works very well, offering smooth and precise shifts. The torque does taper off towards the top end, but that is not where the engine revs will be. It will be in the middle, and the torque curve is pretty flat in the bottom and the mid-range, offering great drivability. High-speed stability could have been better, but nothing that causes you to worry. The XUV300 has a ground clearance of 180mm, which is more than enough for the car to sail over all bumps and potholes that you could find in the city, but is still less than that of its rivals such as the Vitara Brezza, Nexon and the EcoSport, all of which have a ground clearance of 198mm and more. We truly believe Mahindra has come up with a quality product with a long list of features, some of them segment first. The XUV300 has the ammunition to take on its rivals such as the Maruti Suzuki Vitara Brezza, Ford EcoSport and the Tata Nexon. What stands out are the quality and the overall package. Should Mahindra nail the pricing, it might just disrupt the segment, which in itself will be a big achievement.